There's still a line of police cars here on Blackstone blocking off the sidewalk. But if you look over here, you can see it's because they are still actively investigating what happened. The tree behind me was in flames completely top to bottom earlier. But since then, crews have come in and started extinguishing the bulk of a lot of the big flames that we've seen. And the past 30 minutes or so, we've been seeing them work on cutting this fire line. It's easy to see why people are losing power here if you just look up. It's been a heavy few weeks, and you can see that reflecting on the people here. Still see where the train and the truck collided. Right now, crews are actually on the scene doing some work. The sheriff is understandably devastated. He's heartbroken that this is the update that they are learning tonight. If you come over here, this is snow that we're just seeing now on the ground. It's called in by management, and they just had some concerns because nobody was claiming it. We have homes like this one that even though it's sitting right in the middle of the burn scar, it's untouched by the flames. But if you look across the street at their neighbor's property, you can see how some people just weren't as lucky. There's still flames on the ground here because of how far along Nakaya Logan was in her pregnancy. Her brother Dudley could be charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. There are firefighters actively putting out hot spots right on the other side of our road. As we've been standing here, we see PG&E going by. Earlier throughout the week, this was just really focused on localized here in Merced, but you can see now it has extended to Planada and La Grande, where those evacuations have taken place. By the Wood Lake area, it moved closer to Three Rivers into the mountains and to the foothills before it did weaken. So expect some low visibilities, but overall, even before the dense fog advisory starts, do expect some widespread haze tonight later on once the sun really starts to go down. This is a question a lot of people are wondering. Is the U.S. government at all worried about the information China could have collected while going over the entire U.S.? The Tulare County District Attorney has decided not to file charges against former federal judge Oliver Wanger. The snow is coming down once again here in Oakhurst, and there's still evidence from the last round of storms here on the ground. This is what's left of what's been plowed in a grocery store parking lot here in Oakhurst, and there is quite a lot of it. So there's still snow on the ground from the last storm, as power still has yet to be restored for so many people in this area. As people in Oakhurst prep for yet another round of low elevation snow, electricity and heat are still out across town.
I've been here probably since Thursday when it started snowing. It just turned off and hasn't been on since.
Jesse Martinez is one of the many without power in the foothills. He spent the afternoon charging his phone at the Oakhurst Community Center, where the Red Cross has set up shop with food and charging stations. Volunteers say they hope to stay open.
All of our volunteers are from the mountains, and so they're also impacted by the storms. So as long as we have volunteers to come in, we will be here.
PG&E crews still playing catch up from last week's snowfall. Between Mariposa and Oakhurst, officials say nearly 10,000 customers still didn't have power at some point on Monday. They say a downed wire shut off power on Road 222 leading to Bass Lake, and a broken power pole is why the lights are out on Ponderosa Basin. They say they don't know when power will be back on. For drivers, conditions on the roads can still be dangerous, and chains are still crucial. Putting on chains at this low of an elevation is new for many.
I practiced it once at home, and then I just did it right now. I was on my way to work.
Also putting on chains today, Katherine Phillips. She's been busy delivering food orders for those in Oakhurst, hunkering down at home without electricity.
Most of them, they have no power, and the power's probably been out since Friday. So they aren't getting power, and that's where I've been doing is just dashing up to them, and they've been very thankful for that.
We will keep you updated on the latest when it comes to Red Cross shelters open in this area on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Reporting in Oakhurst, Katherine Phillips, CBS 47 Eyewitness News. It's only been a few hours since the shooting happened, but neighbors have already started making a memorial for the baby. It's right here on the corner of Q and West 12th Street, and it's where we caught up with the baby's mother. She was very shaken up. She came here to look at the memorial, and she told us that her son's name was Darius, and he was only 9 months old.
We're trying to piece this together to figure out, what happened with this tragedy.
Merced police officers carry away a stroller as part of Wednesday's homicide investigation. Lieutenant Joy Perez says a baby was shot around 12:30 in the afternoon. Initially, they believed the baby, now identified as Darius King Grigsby, was 7 months old. They've released this picture of the child.
Nobody obviously wants to kill a 7-month-old baby. but obviously there was some type of motive behind it. We're trying to figure that out.
Perez says dispatchers got a call from a woman telling 911 her baby had been shot. He adds the woman, along with her boyfriend, were walking down Q Street with baby Darius in a stroller. He says at least one shot was fired from a car, not hitting anyone but the infant.
The mother, she was frantic. She picked up the child and ran to the McDonald's looking for help, and that's when the officers responded.
Perez says baby Darius died at the hospital, and now the search for the suspect begins. We spoke off camera with baby Darius's mother as she stopped to look at the growing memorial. While fighting back tears, she told us about her son and how she's devastated. Neighbor Edith Gonzalez says she heard the shooting happen. She's heartbroken, but now concerned about safety in the neighborhood.
But the baby had no fault in it, so it's tough.
At this time, Merced police have not released any information about a suspect in this case or what kind of car the suspect might have been driving. They say if you do have any information, to give them a call. Reporting in Merced, Katherine Phillips, CBS 47 Eyewitness News. Police say not a single one of these calls have been a credible threat, and they say while they're still investigating who's behind them, students are currently safe on campus. A flurry of patrol cars, armed officers, and flashing blue lights have appeared in front of Clovis West High School, not once, not twice, but 3 times in just the past week. And while each time students have been safe with no threat on campus, Clovis Unified Communications Officer Kelly Avant says they're working with Fresno police to put an end to it.
We recognize that these are scary instances. This is exactly what perpetrators like this want.
Police say these swatting calls are coming from outside of the United States, with the caller saying they're planning a school shooting. Police believe all 3 calls are connected and the threats are empty. The Fresno County Sheriff's Office got 2 of the calls and the other went to Fresno police. Officers then alerted the school, and then Clovis West and nearby Fort Washington Elementary were placed on lockdown. Police and school officials holding a meeting Wednesday night to calm parents.
I'm more frustrated, but also worried for our kids. Real scary. It's scary for the kids. I'm just glad that it is getting taken care of.
Police say they're working on tracking down the caller, and if anyone is found, it could result in felony charges. Avance also says they're focused on limiting any copycat calls.
There are hundreds of people on your tail, and for students, if ever we hear of someone who even gets online and makes such a threat, there are extreme legal consequences that would be faced if you are caught and if you're found, and quite often you are.
Now, a big question that parents had tonight was if these calls are coming from outside of the country, why is Clovis West the target? Police say they don't know, and it's likely it's just random. We're live tonight in Fresno. Katherine Phillips, CBS 47 Eyewitness News. Thank you for joining us. I'm Katherine Phillips filling in for AJ Fox tonight. And I want to get straight to the rainfall totals that we have seen from Saturday up until what we're looking at right now, because some of them are pretty significant. You can see here in Merced at the airport, nearly 3 inches of rain since the rain started on Saturday. Madera did not get nearly that much. Fresno, almost 2 inches of rain. Hanford, 1.5 inches of rain. And down in Porterville at the airport, measuring 2 inches of rain. And some spots did get more or less, just depending on where the monitors are. So if you live in any of these neighborhoods and you think you saw more or you think you saw less, you're probably right, because these are the airport numbers, but really substantial rainfall from this storm system over the past few days. We do take a look at our live radar right now. You can see that right now most of the action where all the heavy rain really is in Northern California and the San Francisco Bay Area and in Sacramento. Down to the south, it has calmed down quite a bit, and our area has calmed down quite a bit as well. If you take a closer look, you can see there have been some showers over the afternoon and midday hours here in Fresno County, but they are kind of moving out of the way for right now. If we do take a look at our Futurecast radar, you can see that we are going to see some clearing over the next 48 hours. Most of Friday will be clear until we do get some more rain coming through. If we take a look at our extended outlook, Friday, once we get past the morning and midday hours, showers. You can see there are some chances of showers. They're kind of a little bit more on and off and pop-up showers, just depending on kind of where you are across the valley. So Saturday we'll have more rain, but we got to get through the rest of the week first. We do still have some flood warnings in effect across the state. Most of them are in Northern California, where we are seeing the rain really heavy right now. But here at Bear Creek and Merced, earlier throughout the week, this was just really focused on localized here in Merced, but you can see now it has extended to Planada and La Grande, where those evacuations have taken place. So that is something we are tracking. This will stay in effect until Thursday at 9 in the morning, but it could also get reissued as well, just depending on the rainfall we get. Switching gears now, we want to take a look outside of our Eagle Mountain Casino Valley camera. You can see it is pretty cloudy outside, even though we are getting a break from the rain right now. Not too windy. You can see a little bit of movement in the palm trees over here on the screen, but overall much calmer day right now. Temperatures pretty mild, 56 in Fresno, 58 in Porterville, 54 in Merced, and 55 in Madera. So not too bad temperature rise. With our solar forecast, you can see that we will have some more energy generation on Thursday as we get a break from the rain. That's brought to you by Lee's Plumbing, Heating, and Air. But for our temperatures for tonight and tomorrow, we're going to see a slight warm up. 62 in Fresno for afternoon high temperatures for tomorrow, 43 overnight. Madera 59 degrees tomorrow, Visalia 59 degrees tomorrow, and Porterville 60 degrees tomorrow with an overnight low of 43 degrees. And those temperatures will be pretty standard while we get through Friday before we get through the rain. So tomorrow, mostly cloudy, 62 degrees for your high. By Friday, 61 degrees before the afternoon rain comes in. Saturday will be periods of heavy rain throughout the day with a high temperature of 55 degrees. And then by Sunday, scattered showers, 54 degrees for your high. Monday, we will see some heavy rain again with a high temperature of 54 degrees. But by Tuesday and Wednesday, some clearing on Tuesday and some light showers on and off throughout the day on Wednesday.
Here we go again.
Yes.